I'm about to make my mama rich. Cartoons and I ain't felt this. Scrooge McDuck. Elementary hood shit.
What's up, everybody? It's your man, Random Man, DefinitelyAmazing.com. If you're watching this, you probably know that it's time for Saturday Morning Cartoons and Cereal, Season 3. Now, I said, I'm going to scour the land, search far and wide. I didn't do none of that crap. But I did find the most phenomenal first guest ever. Now, chances are, if you are a female, your husband or significant other probably follows this one. She has over 1.3 million followers. Yeah. And she is just a phenomenal bowl of fire. Don't mess with her because it will be some trouble. And now that she is a guest on Definitely Amazing, she's become a part of Definitely Amazing family, which means I'm treating her like a little sister. So if you mess with her, you're messing with me and Big Wave 52. It's your man, Random Man, DefinitelyAmazing.com. I present you, Chela of Chelas Way.
How you doing out there? It's your girl, Chella's Way. And for those that don't know, I'm actually an 80's baby. So this is actually the greatest platform for me to be on. The fact that I'll be touching base on a lot of cartoons and things I used to watch when I was a kid. Man, I think I'm going to be in my zone, so stay tuned.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. So, yeah, we're going to actually sit and we'll be right back on the flip side of that. And I'm going to eat some cereal, talk some cartoons.
My favorite cereal.
And, yeah. I'm here with royalty right here. This is BX royalty right here. She can't even walk through BX without people saying hi. People probably hound you. It's your man, Random Man, DefinitelyAmazing.com, and we are here. What's up, everybody? It's your man, Random Man, DefinitelyAmazing.com, ChelasWay. This is about to be epic. Currently, right now, in pure ChelasWay fashion, she is live.
I'm wearing a Transformers t-shirt.
And then we're live.
I'm like a little kid looking to get credit for doing something good in school. Look what I wore today.
I love
Transformers
it. I love
t-shirt.
It. So before we get into anything crazy, we have like new stuff. We have bowls. This is my bowl, as you can see. It's my bowl.
And this one says guest. This is my bowl.
So that's how we're gonna do it. Also, everybody, this season, every guest that comes on Definitely Amazing is going to sign the Bowl of Amazingness. Now.
Oh man, this is fun. This is like Syphil and the
you get to like
with.
You get to like grace the bowl first. Look at that.
I look forward to it. I'm gonna sign my name real big, leave no room.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna do that.
No one else can sign. No one else can sign.
I would be a little selfish, but.
Oh yeah. Shout outs to the Cereal Boys. That's why I'm wearing the spoon.
The Cereal Boys. Okay.
Yeah. So we got new bowls. We got a new bowl of amazingness. Shout outs to the Cereal Boys. I'm a spoon goon. They're sponsoring the entire season again. So give it up to the Cereal Boys.
Man, my brother was a big Transformers fan. So I actually knew a lot about it. He had all the toys, and I remember breaking the arm off of like one or two of them. And then he had the one where he could put it together and make like a bigger one. My brother was a real fan.
So before we do any cereal pouring and all that good stuff, I gotta ask you.
What?
Like I have to ask this.
What?
Okay, so there's a million cereals in the world. There's like a million cereals in the world.
Why Honey Nut Cheerios?
Why Honey Nut Cheerios? Like,
okay,
this is what she did. Honey Nut Cheerios. Everybody.
For one, this was my mom's favorite cereal.
Ah.
That's just like, let's start with that. This is mommy's favorite cereal. She's not here anymore with us.
Okay. Sorry.
So I cherish this cereal for just mainly that reason. Going forward, aside from its Honey Nut goodness, it's shaped in little O's. And that's fun.
That's fun.
And as a child, I used to take a straw, and I would put them on a straw. You could do all kinds of fun things with Honey Nut Cheerios just because of how they're shaped.
I want to know what the rest of this straw story is. This is epic.
I was creative as a kid, and this was fun. Saturday morning.
We're talking about cereal right now. Let's get to the cartoons because I have to
No, I
ask
didn't like
you.
Apple Jacks.
I have to ask you. Favorite 80s cartoon? Favorite? Oh,
man. Okay, so I was talking about this to my boyfriend on the way here. And I started with Gumby. That was the top of my list was Gumby. But then it's a toss-up now because I had all the My Little Ponies. I had so many My Little Ponies, I would steal them from other kids. That's how obsessed I was with My Little Pony. Yup. So, because I had to commit crimes for the things that I liked, I'm going to go back and say My Little Pony.
Is the statute of limitation on the
I think that's way up. I think that's way over.
Look, I was so obsessed with My Little Pony. I would like take them just to have them and collect them. I didn't even play with them. I just wanted to have them.
She was stealing people's My Little Ponies.
I did. A girl got nasty with me, and I was like, you know what, Audrey, I'm going to fuck you over. You know what I did? She had the My Little Pony that was dressed up like a bride, and I took that shit. Put it in her cubby anyway for show and tell, and she wasn't very smart. So I took that
cubbies. Shit. Oh my God.
Yep. Because I went to Leontine Pryor right there on Watson in the Bronx, and man, I used to get sent home early all the time.
I'm done. All right, so we're gonna pop open this box. All right, everybody. Because I'm losing it off the cubby. The cubby. Oh my goodness.
Captain Caveman was the guy. I used to like that show.
Captain Caveman. Don't get me started, Chella. You haven't seen the show, so you don't know. I sing theme songs, so.
Oh, okay. So every time I mention the show, there's a good chance that you're going to be yelling out the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is pour your own poison. I'm wondering, would I be remiss to pour Chella's bowl?
I can pour it because I'll let you know how much I want.
Okay.
So if I pour it myself, they can see how much of this stuff I probably would eat. Typically. Okay, boom. Boom. You guys watching? Not done yet.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, there I'm done.
All right, cool. All right, so.
I'm done now.
You live people are gonna be just a tad bit upset.
Aisha, that's my cousin on there. It's a show about 80's cartoons, E.
We're doing it live. This is how we do. This is Random Man. This is season 3. This is how we're gonna do it.
Ed and Eddie wasn't the 80's, baby.
Nah, that's come on, cartoon.
That was the 90's.
That's 2000s almost. Like,
we're gonna switch over her phone to the golden bowl, and we're gonna pour some milk.
Okay. So
you guys.
time for me to get my milk. Oh, well,
I don't know if it's gonna work.
I might lose you guys only because I don't got a proper standing.
oh yeah.
Okay. So I got a full bowl here.
We got to see how Chella, how she pours it.
I'm done.
Chella, so you like swamp. You like swamp cereal. That's what you just did. I'm done.
I do.
I'm gonna go
If it's
around,
not swamp cereal, it's garbage salad. I just got
garbage salad.
I like a salad with everything in it.
So you need to come to my other spot. Shout out to Sweet Green.
The raccoon Voltron. Yeah, my brother was a big Cookie Crisp. I like. They mentioned Cookie Crisp.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna cut the break, and we're gonna come right back. It's your man Random Man, definitelyamazing.com, and we're about to eat some cereal.
My little pony dream castle. I can play with my little ponies there. My little pony dream castle. A beautiful place to comb their pretty hair. My little pony dream castle. A lovely throne and Spike the dragon too. My little pony dream castle. Little pony, it's all for you. I love you, my little pony.
My Little Pony Dream Castle comes with My Little Pony Majesty. Other ponies sold separately from Hasbro.
What's up, everybody? We're back from commercial break. So I have a beautiful question for you.
Sure. I can eat while I'm talking.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And then when we get when we get past this question, I'm gonna throw out my favorite cartoons, and we're gonna talk some more about cartoons. But what this question came up to me the other day, and I said, you know what, Chella can answer this really well. But I should have sent this to you in the email so you had some more time to think. But we're gonna put you on the spot because you're cool being put on the spot.
Yeah.
So here we go. If you woke up in any cartoon universe
Oh man, this is gonna
of
be
the
dope.
80s, which would it be and why?
If I woke up in any cartoon world of the 80s, okay, definitely don't want to be a pony. That's out of the question. They're pretty to look at, but they stand on all fours all the time, and they don't really get shit done. So no, don't want to be that. Gem, you know, Rainbow Bright was pretty dope. But she had that little furry shit behind her all the time with that fucking. So no, probably not that either. That little furry round thing that always was with her. I don't know what the fuck he was, but he was cute. I had the toy cartoon of the 80s that I would like to be a part of. Honestly, I don't know. I might have to fuck with Thundercats on this one. Thundercats are gold. They kind of lit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but there was a lot of war going on in
was
Thundercats.
but I'm a fighter.
Oh, so right.
So I probably would do good in that. If it wasn't that, I'm a good swimmer, so it probably, the snorks is another one.
Okay. See, but you couldn't have wore the leotard that Cheetara wore.
No,
that would.
You know what's so crazy?
They wouldn't put that show on.
Where you know they wanted people to start posting things to make children feel good. So
right.
Children with cancer.
I remember that.
Exactly.
A
lot of people were posting cartoons to like it was just it was a part of it. It was just like a feel good thing. And I was given Cheetara, one of the characters. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I would be with it, but they would have got cut off.
Yeah, no, definitely would not want to. Okay, so we take Thundercats out. I'll stick with the snort.
Because the minute you would have did one of the Cheetara's flips, parents would have been like, "My son is not watching this show anymore. It's over. It's done." No, not happy. You talked about some of your favorites. I have some favorites. Let's see if you like my favorites.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was definitely
Brother
an 80s
was a
cartoon.
fan. I used to think April O'Neil was a weirdo. To be hanging around some fucking turtles, she's gotta be.
Let's see if you know this one, Brave Star.
My brother.
Brave Star, Brave Star.
Again, my brother.
Na, na, na.
I'm thankful I had a little brother. Seriously.
I was the little brother. Ghostbusters, but before I say which, you gotta know which Ghostbusters I'm talking about, because Logic knows which Ghostbusters I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the Ghostbusters from the movie that had their cartoon. I'm talking about the Ghostbusters who were the original Ghostbusters.
But that they made the movie out of.
No.
They didn't make the movie out of them? No.
It was actually.
It wasn't Egon
It was two guys.
Two guys in a gorilla named Tracy.
And
yeah.
yes, no,
I know what you're talking about, but I didn't watch it.
That was the original one from I want to say the 30s or something like that. It was.
They were the sons. The ones in the cartoon were the sons of that original cereal.
What?
Yeah. See, look, I told you I come with the knowledge.
Yeah, you definitely know more than I do.
Education. And then finally, I really want to talk about this show because they're doing a reboot of this. And I'm just gonna do.
I hate when they do that.
I'm just gonna do the theme song. If everybody's ready.
Okay, so is this like a quiz? We have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Do. Life is like a hurricane. Yeah.
I know it.
What is it?
Is it Darkwing Duck?
You're close. You're in the universe. It is a duck.
Oh, is it DuckTales?
It's DuckTales. Yes, it's Hero of
Yeah.
Oh, so they're
those little badass kids.
Technically,
the nephews.
Technically, Huey, Dewey, and Louie weren't bad.
They just got into a lot of shit
because they were Junior Woodchucks. It can't be bad if they were like Junior Woodchucks.
Yeah, but they were always getting into some shit.
That's what kids
Isn't
did.
it when they had their uncle was Scrooge, right?
How many times did you spill?
The uncle was Scrooge McDuck.
Bowl?
Actually, that was my favorite version of Christmas Carol. The one with Scrooge McDuck. You know what was the funniest though? But we're gonna go back a little bit further. It's not the 80s. It was the Mickey and the Beanstalk. Mm-hmm. That was probably the funniest shit I've ever seen from Walt Disney.
When Mickey killed the flies and they thought he killed giants. No,
when they were hungry and Donald Duck went fucking ham and was going outside to kill Clarabelle the cow, and then they all tried to stop him and he started to bite on the tail, and then they was like cutting really super thin paper slices of the bread and the bean, and then they had to have like an imaginary feast. It was so funny. So that was actually one of my favorite things. And I like the Technicolor cartoons. Even now, with my bad eyes, I still like Technicolor cartoons. My eyes are really bad.
Yeah, bugs.
You know what I mean?
Looney Tunes was my shit too.
What's your favorite Looney
Remember the
Tunes character?
Fantasy Island? That was like the best.
Who's your favorite Looney Tunes character?
Okay, so when I was young, when I was like in my teens, remember Tweety Bird was real popular, and they had all this cute Tweety Bird shit. I like that. But in terms of like an actual character from the cartoon, the funniest one to me was Pepe Le Pew because he couldn't get no bitches. It was like no matter what he did, where the bitches?
Pepe Le Pew.
Where is the bitches? This nigga was like a stink person.
Was a rapist.
A stink skunk. A French skunk. Like seriously. So they're trying to say Europeans are perverted.
That's what they were trying to say.
Because you know everything like love and sex is a big deal in Europe, right? So they incorporated that, and be careful with what you let your children watch.
Yeah.
Because everything there's a hidden message, right?
Pepe.
So I associated with all Frenchmen being super loving, super perverted. Everyone had a long cigarette and a beret, and fucking ate croissants and sat with their legs crossed.
I am appalled because
this is what I thought as a child.
Because anyone that knows me knows my real name is French for the king, and I am appalled. I'm never wearing my beret around you ever.
I'm serious.
I'm never wearing my beret around you.
It's just crazy though because. That's what I thought when I think of Pepe Le Pew. I think of this pervert who can't get no bitches.
With
it's
a
like
long
Jesus
cigarette.
Christ. And then it's always the cat that he's chasing. She's got such bad luck. She always happens to be a black cat and does something fucked up to get a white stripe down her back. She's trying to get away from him, and it always happens to be a bucket of white paint somewhere. Like, you just can't seem to get away from him. She got that white stripe by accident, and then he saw her and went crazy. He didn't even try to inquire, like her ears look a little different. She doesn't have the hair right, the tuft. She doesn't have, like, her tail is not as fluffy. It's kind of long. He never associated any of that with the fact that she might not be a skunk.
He had the energy, and did you notice he never ran after her? He would hop.
Yeah, and just show up, everywhere she would hide, everywhere she hid, he would show up. You know, and he just wanted to hug her, kiss her, and say, "My chérie," more about 1,000 times. I'm like, oh my God. And
my favorite, and Wave 52 knows this very much. So, my favorite character of all time is Foghorn Leghorn, because he's like, I say, that's not how you do this. He would be like, if he was in this day and age.
He's a really big rooster. Like, he was fucking huge. That's not even like a normal size of you don't see poultry that big. Like, that's like some shit that you see now, the GMO type stuff.
We're actually going to talk about your vast knowledge of animals. We're going to talk about that. What we're going to do, people, I'm going to hit you with another commercial break because I love all of our retro classic commercials that I find because I have no time and my life is just cartoons now. That's all it is.
I want to see some retro classic commercials.
So it's your man, Random Man, definitelyamazing.com. I'm having a blast. See, I knew this was going to be fun.
Oh, the Honey Nut Cheerios, Bee. You're not going to tempt his tummy with the taste of nuts and honey.
You bet I am. Honey Nut Cheerios blends crunchy nuts and tasty golden honey.
It's gonna tempt your tummy with the taste of nuts and honey. It's a honey of an oat. It's Honey Nut Cheerios.
A very definite crunch. It's a tasty part of this good, nutritious breakfast. Honey Nut Bee, you've got one
honey of an oat.
It's Honey Nut Cheerios.
What's up, everybody? It's your man, Random Man, definitellyamazing.com. It is the hit series. Saturday Morning Cartoons and Cereal. This is season 3, Bigger, Better, Chella. I should just call that the season. Bigger, Better, Chella. In fact, this one is going to be called Saturday Morning Cartoons, Cereal, and Chella. That's what we're going to call this one. All right, so, just in case people don't know, we're going to let the cat out the bag. You are a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, they
1.3 million followers. Pretty big deal. I'm going to talk like Obama.
They like me out there.
I'm going to do Obama. So she's a pretty big deal. People should know you from one Straight Son.
Yep.
Shout outs to ChelasWay, who I would love to have on Saturday Morning Cartoon Series because he is a riot.
He is. Actually, I'll be with him on Wednesday. We're going to be doing another show for the Warning Show. Not the Warning Show. It's the Warning. The one he has on Sirius Satellite.
Right. You know what you should do? Put the plug in.
I'll let him know.
You destroyed NYC Charlotte Models website. People.
I did. I never.
It went down. At least that's what I heard. I heard like people were going crazy over it.
I didn't even do much on there. You know, I'm lazy. That's what a lot of people do.
And you're not a dancer.
I am a dancer.
You're the feature though. Like when they put you on the flyers.
Yes.
Like you're not the one that's like, and here comes cocoa butter. Do cocoa butter. Cocoa butter has She has 3 gunshot wounds and a C-section scar from her foot down to.
Welcome to the stage.
Yeah, welcome.
Medicaid.
So you're not that. You're the feature. But,
yeah.
But before all of this, before the fame and the fortune, you dabbled in animals. In the animals.
Veterinary medicine.
In veterinary medicine.
I was a veterinary technician for like 10 years.
Yeah. Tell us how that came about.
Okay, so I always loved the animals. Growing up as a kid, I always had pets. I used to fight tooth and nail if my mom said I couldn't have something. I would be like, no, I'm keeping it. Or I would hide it in my room so she wouldn't know. I never gave up on it.
She was Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and she talking about they was bad kids. She was Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
I did whatever I could to keep.
She was their cousin. Remember the girl? And she always had all the animals.
Right.
And she was the animal lover on DuckTales.
More like Elmira.
Yeah.
That's pretty much, my mom used to call me that.
Yes.
Plucky go down the hole. So that's cool, cause you have a beautiful dog.
I have not just one dog. I have 3 dogs.
I've never seen the other 2.
Okay, so there's a Shih Tzu mix, the white one. Then there's a little Yorkie that I have.
You have a Yorkie?
I have a Yorkie. I'm gonna go into that in a second. And I have a Shepherd Chow mix. I've had the Shepherd mix for like 11 years. I got her when my daughter was 1. And the Yorkie, so my original Yorkie that I had before I even had my daughter, she passed away last year, Sassy. I loved her to death. She was with me through everything. Then I also, the white dog that you guys always see is Django. That's my daughter's dog. But you know, it's easy for me only because I own a house, so I have 2 levels. So the dogs, they get to go for their walks and they get to go up and down, and there's just like ample room for everybody. Okay.
Okay, so when your name first took off, like when you first started to like notice Google, you put your name and there's 10 things pop up. Because that's how I knew I took off. When I put Definitely Amazing and 5 things came up, I was like, oh shit, we did good. But before that, I'd put Definitely Amazing in, and then like Definitely Maybe, the movie would come up, and they'd be like, do you mean Definitely Maybe? I'm like, no, I mean Definitely Amazing.
I mean who the fuck I am.
The fuck who you're talking about. This domain for nothing. But yeah, so what happened when you first took off?
Okay, so I never really intended to dance. Being a technician, it was a great job to have, and the only downside to being a technician was, as rewarding as it was, is just as painful as it was.
Right.
I got tired of seeing people humanely euthanize their animals for financial reasons, and a lot of the times these hospitals, they do it for the business. And it was like, it got to a point where I was like, you don't have to put the last case I remember dealing with, it was a dog that it had a tumor, but the tumor was benign. So benign meaning it was something that it wasn't going to cause no serious damage. The dog would have been fine. It just would have kept growing. And worst case scenario, she would have had to have surgery to have it removed. And I remember looking at this dog, super healthy, nothing really wrong with it. They did the blood work. The blood work came back normal. So clearly there was no cancer. And I remember the lady crying because she wanted to put the dog down. And I didn't say anything in front of the owner. I waited till she left. And I told the doctor, I said, listen, I don't want to be here when you guys put this down, because this is not a case that I feel like you guys should be putting the dog down. I feel like this is a dog that you could save. Just do the surgery. I worked for people that just cared more about the money than they did about the animals. And it got to be really stressful. The best doctor that I worked for was probably one of the harshest doctors I've ever worked for. But he actually had a real love for animals. He did not let money get in the way. He was an Israeli Jew. His name was Dr. Arush. And I remember him being such a jerk, but he always would pray when he had to euthanize an animal. He would give them a kiss and pray, and If he
That's
had to
someone that
do it,
cared
that's the
about
only
the-
way.
yeah.
He really loved them.
I like that.
And I remember my cat, I had a Siamese cat that I got from him that I kind of rehabilitated. And the cat had 8 glass. Yeah, she had glass shards all throughout the intestinal tract. And that cat could have very well died. He was only 2 years old. And the lady signed the cat over, euthanized the cat. I don't want the cat, put her down. The doctor said, yeah, I'm gonna put her down. The woman left. He did surgery on that cat all night, and the cat lived. The cat right now lives in Brooklyn, in a brownstone with a lady. Because I gave the cat to her. But the fact is, he cared so much, he went out of his way. He used his equipment, his time, his electricity. It didn't bother him to do that surgery on that cat. He knew, he was probably losing money by doing that surgery because now he's open 24 hours, but he's all doing surgery, and people are going to be calling with emergencies. He's not going to be able to see those cases because he's dealing with this.
Right.
So I think that's the only doctor that I work for that I have the utmost respect, because he's someone that actually cared. So I guess from going from him to these money-hungry retards that fucking went to Ross University in the islands, and they're like young 26-year-old doctors that don't really know what the fuck they're doing and are quick to put things down because they don't have an answer.
Right.
That made me not want to be a technician anymore. I got tired of working with idiots that were younger than me that just didn't care enough. And before I lose my cool, I just was like, you know what, I'm out. And then being a dancer, actually, financially, it took me to a whole nother level. I was gone. Like, once I stopped being a technician and I went into dancing, whatever I made being a technician every 2 weeks, I made in one night being a dancer. And I'm not encouraging anyone to do it. I'm not. But it's worked for me, and it's allowed me not only to be a better mother to my daughter, because now I have more free time during the day to pick her up, to drop her off, to make sure I'm there for all the extracurricular activities. I had a very night and day schedule naturally, because when I worked, I always had to work different shifts. So being a technician, I never really got to see my daughter. I had to pay a lot of money for babysitting. It was hard. It was really, really difficult. Being a technician, I also worked for the post office. All of those jobs were hard on me, and hard on me being a mother, a single mother. And so I remember my mom saying this all the time. The reason why she became a teacher was because she wanted to be there for her kids. And I used to be like, what are you talking about, lady? And she used to say, you notice that when you're off, I'm off. When you get out, I'm already out of work.
Right.
There was a reason why she chose that. She chose a field that would allow her to have time with her kids. And she always told me that. Do a job that's going to allow you to have time with your children. Because once those years pass by, you don't get them back. So that's why I said, being a dancer is a better thing for me right now. I get to focus on my daughter's grades a lot more. I get to, be there for a lot of the things that she wants to be a part of. If she goes to dance, if she has recitals, if she has all of that, I'm actually able to attend everything without having to pay out of my pocket a dime to anyone, or even having to bother her father about it. So
shout out to that.
That's probably my biggest reason.
Last but not least, I think I heard this in one of your lives, because I'm like in almost every one of your lives now. I'm either in your live from the book, either my book page, or I'm in your live from Definitely Amazing. So I'm always in her lives, and people suck in her lives. But
there's people
let me just say this.
There's a lot of good people too, I see.
I believe you said you were working on workout gear?
Yeah, we're actually, me and my trainer, shout out to Kim Lifts. She just came from doing a boot camp up in Pennsylvania. So we keep busy. Actually, that boot camp training is a big project for her. And if she continues to do that, that's actually going to help expand the brand that we're working on. I don't want to say the name or anything other than that it's coming out soon, very soon, probably by the spring. And fitness has become a part of my life probably for the last 6 or 7 months. I've been really, really involved with fitness. I used to run, actually, and I used to swim. So in college,
were you track?
No, I didn't run track for school or anything. I just ran for recreational purposes and to stay fit.
I was about to say you kind of have a little bit of a track build.
Yeah, I used to run aggressively, like literally. But it's damaging to the knees and the shins. Right. And actually, it ruined a bone, so I try not to run as much. I try to focus more now on strength training. But before, I used to swim, so I was varsity in college, right? So I could literally swim like miles within minutes. So that was another thing. So I've always been sort of athletic. When I was a kid, jumping double dutch, hopscotch, skeldies. I was like a real busy kid.
Goodness.
I was always doing something. So, you know what I'm saying? Getting involved in this is probably going to be one of the best projects I got coming out for 2017.
Look,
I have
everybody.
to say.
Everybody, so it's your man, Random Man.
Where's she gonna be at?
We're having too much fun. Just so you know, the guy you hear in the background is Logic. Logic is also one of the hosts of Saturday Morning Cartoon Serial this year. So clap it up for Logic real quick. Yeah. Logic is doing our live and stuff like that. It's your man, Random Man. We're going to sign the bowl.
I'm going to sign the bowl.
We're going to sign the Bowl of Amazingness.
It's called Saturday Morning Cartoons.
And cereal.
And I just had a bowl, maybe two bowls, maybe two.
Maybe
Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios.
Chella, wherever you want to sign. Wherever you want to sign.
Signing the Bowl of Amazingness.
Oh my goodness.
I signed it.
This is official, people. Official like a referee with a whistle. This is
Especially
dope.
you extra whistle blowing ass referees.
Yup. Oh my goodness. We have the first signature. It's your man, Random Man, definitelyamazing.com. This was Saturday Morning Cartoons and Cereal, Season 3, with the phenomenal ChelasWay. Chella, did you have fun?
I had a blast.
I'm glad you had a blast.
There was like a couple other things though in the 80s that I hope a lot of people try to remember. And here's the thing I want to say. I'm going to end off by saying this. Okay. You wouldn't have your present or your future if it wasn't for your past. So the things that you enjoyed the most in your past, try to always keep it somewhere in your memory bank. Because when you return to those moments, you'll always smile because you'll remember how happy you were. I remember the 80s being a great time for me. And every time I think about it, I remember my mom the most, being a part of everything, whether it was, turn the TV on and watch something or turn it off because it's getting too late.
Right.
The point is that I remember her voice always playing in my head, all those childhood moments, you know what I'm saying? And, those are things that you just don't get back, but thank God for memory, right?
Thank God for memory. I feel like ChelasWay just did something that was notorious for the 80s. She gave us a message at the end of the show. See, now knowing is half the battle. It's your man, Random Man, definitely amazing. Shout out to G.I. Joe because they never did a good G.I. Joe movie ever.
No.
No, and you can catch this and more stuff on YouTube.
Yes, watch it on YouTube, guys. It comes
/ DA
Saturday.
footage. We got Saturday Morning Cartoons and Cereal. Erica on deck is coming back for her second season. Logic is starting his first official season of Definitely Funny. And we got way more stuff planned for you. It's your man, Random Man, definitelyamazing.com. And we are out.
Then I'm about to make my mama rich. Cartoons and I ain't felt this. Scrooge McDuck. Elementary hood shit.